Hello students, welcome to lecture 2 of Physics Foundation Basic Series. Today we will be doing chapter 1 Vectors and Kinematics. In the last class we had learned what are scalars and what are vectors. We know that vectors are those quantities which have some directions. We also know that scalars can be simply added algebraically. For example, 5 kg and 3 kg together gives a total mass of 8 kg. Very simple addition. We know that vectors can't be added simply. तो vectors को कैसे add करते हैं? Let us say this is one vector, A vector. It could be velocity, it could be displacement, it could be force, it could be anything. For now, let us assume that A and B, both the vectors are displacement vectors. So, if a person starts from here and he undergoes this displacement A and reaches here. After that, from this point onwards, he undergoes another displacement and reaches over here. तो यार उसका total displacement क्या होगा? You know that the final displacement would be given by this vector A vector plus B vector. So this brings us to an important rule of vector addition, which says that in order to add any two vectors, चाहे वो forces हो, velocity हो, all you have to do is join the vectors head to tail. पहले के head पे दूसरे का tail join करना. Then the addition, also called as the resultant of these two vectors, would be the vector joining tail of first to the head of last vector. Please note that it doesn't matter in which order you add A and B. If you add A plus B, you will get something like this. And if you add B plus A, तो क्या करेंगे? B से start करेंगे and then at the head of B, we will join the tail of A. ऐसे join करने के बाद, we will join the tail of B with the head of A, and this will be the addition vector. As you can see over here, कि यार exact same vector आएगा if you do A plus B or if you do B plus A. This rule is called as triangle rule of vector addition. To give you a feel, let us take an example how this works. So if this is a river and the river is flowing like this, you are over here and you want to cross this river. So what you do is you start swimming in this direction, let us say towards north. तो तुम हाथ पैर तो नॉर्थ की तरफ मारते हो, तुम स्विम तो नॉर्थ की तरफ कर रहे हो, but you know that you won't reach the exact opposite bank. ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि तुम ऐसे सीधे जाते जाते क्या होगा कि रिवर तुमको थोड़ा सा ईस्ट की तरफ पुश करेगी. Finally, where you will reach is maybe somewhere over here like this. This happens because now your velocity is the sum of two velocities. एक तो this velocity A, which is your swimming velocity, and another is this vector B, which is the velocity of river. तुम्हारी खुद की velocity swimming की ऐसी है, river की velocity है B की तरफ. So your net resultant or total velocity is the addition of A and B, joining them head to tail. This is your net resultant total velocity, and that is why you move like this in the diagonal direction. Finally, your velocity would be somewhere like this. I hope this example is clear. Now, how to add two vectors algebraically? In terms of drawing, we know कि head to tail join करना है, but algebraically कैसे add करते हैं? So what we do is, let us say this is a vector. We break it up into its two shadows or two components such that ये जो एक total vector है ना, उसका तुम x axis पे shadow लोगे, x axis पे projection लोगे, तो you will end up with this ax vector. This is called as the x component of vector A. Similarly, y axis पे shadow लेने से तुम्हारे पास y component of vector A आएगा. From triangle rule of vector addition, we know that ax vector plus ay vector is equal to a vector. तो इसको अपन represent कैसे करते हैं? Let us say ये ax का length है 5 और ये ay का length है 3. तो अपन a को कैसे लिखते हैं? We represent it in terms of its component something like this. A is 5, 3. Comma के पहले वाला part would represent the x component and the second part would represent the y component. Now let us say we have two vectors 8, 13 and another vector 26,7. We want to add these vectors. तो ये पहला वेक्टर है, let us say A 8,13 और ये दूसरा वेक्टर है B. अपन ने इनको हेड टू टेल ज्वाइन कर लिया and we know that this orange vector would be their addition. Now if I want to add them algebraically, I know कि यार ये टोटल जो ऑरेंज वेक्टर है उसका x कंपोनेंट क्या होगा. It would be the addition of this 8 and this 26. So the x component of the resultant would simply be 8 plus 26, which is 34. Similarly, the y component would be the addition of individual y components of the vectors 13 plus 7, 20. So directly I can say that 8,13 plus 26,7 together would give me 34,20. कुछ नहीं करना है, x component अलग से ऐड कर दो, y component अलग से ऐड कर दो. Next we will study uniform and non-uniform motion. When a body moves with constant velocity, it is said to have a uniform motion. That is, when it covers equal displacement in equal amount of time, then it is said to have uniform motion. If the motion is uniform, तो हर instant पे velocity same रहेगी. अगर हर instant पे velocity same है, तो average velocity would be equal to instantaneous velocity at all instants. Similarly, if a body covers unequal displacement in equal intervals of time, same time में वो अलग अलग displacement कर रहा है, then it is said to have a non-uniform motion. In this case, its velocity will not be constant, it will change with time. For example, when you throw a stone from a top of a building, तो क्या करता है, वो धीरे धीरे speed acquire करता है, पहले धीरे move करता है, बाद में fast move करता है. It is a non-uniform motion. As you can see, in uniform motion, the displacement time graph would be a straight line. तुम कोई भी equal interval of time चुनो, same interval of time में it will always cover the same displacement in case of uniform motion. Whereas in case of non-uniform motion, in same interval of time, over here it covers a displacement s1, whereas in equal amount है ना, same time t में, over here it covers more displacement x2. You can clearly see that x2 is more than x1. Both these axes are displacements. So when velocity changes, we define a term called as acceleration. Acceleration का मतलब क्या होता है? It is the rate of change of velocity. For example, if a body is initially moving at a velocity of 10 meters per second and after a time of 5 seconds, it is moving with a velocity of 100 meters per second, we will say that acceleration का मतलब क्या है? Rate of change of velocity. बोले तो velocity कितना change हुआ और कितने time में change हुआ. Over here we can see that the velocity changed by 90 meters per second in a time interval of 5 seconds. So acceleration would come out to be 18 meters per second per second. It means what? कि यार 5 सेकंड में 90 meters per second का velocity change आ रहा है, तो in every second the velocity changes by 18 meters per second. 18 meters per second per second. We write this as 18 meters per second square. Obviously, since these velocities are vector, this acceleration would also be a vector quantity. Based on the definition of acceleration, I am pretty sure you would have derived these three equations in your class. These three are called as equations of motion. A is v minus u upon t that we just saw, v equal to u plus at, s equals ut plus half at square, and v square minus u square equals 2as. Over here, these are the terminologies which I am sure you would know. A stands for acceleration, u and v are the initial and final velocities, s is the displacement not distance, यहाँ पे खाली displacement आएगा, and t is the time duration of motion. Motion कितने time के लिए हुआ. तो इसका क्या मतलब है? For example, it is said that the velocity of a body is 10 meters per second at t equal to 3 seconds, and the velocity is 20 meters per second at t equal to 7 seconds. तो अगर तुमको कोई एक्सेलरेशन कैलकुलेट करने बोले तो यू विल डू v माइनस यू अपॉन टी. यहाँ पे t क्या होगा, 3 सेकेंड, 4 सेकेंड या कुछ और. सो यू नीड टू रियलाइज कि दिस t इज द टाइम इंटरवल ऑफ मोशन. ये मोशन कितनी देर के लिए हुआ, 3 सेकेंड से लेकर 7 सेकेंड्स तक. टोटल दिस मोशन हैपेंड फॉर अ टाइम ऑफ 4 seconds. So the acceleration would come out to be 20 minus 10 upon 4, that is 2.5 meters per second square. Now we will solve many numericals after this, but I want to give you a few tips of how to solve numericals first. So when somebody says that a body is dropped, तो drop करने का मतलब क्या होता है कि एक बिल्डिंग से बॉडी को खाली ड्रॉप कर दिया, उसको फेंका नहीं, खाली ऐसे ही हाथ से छोड़ दिया. So when a body is dropped, its initial velocity is 0. But obviously, as soon as it is dropped, gravity would start acting on it and it would have some acceleration. Similarly, when somebody says that a body starts from rest, it means that its initial velocity is 0. When a body comes to rest finally, it means its final velocity is 0. When we throw a ball upwards, we know what will happen is पहले वो ऊपर जाएगा फिर नीचे आएगा. तो टॉप मोस्ट पॉइंट पे उसका वेलोसिटी, टॉप मोस्ट पॉइंट पे वेलोसिटी होता है 0 हमेशा. सिमिलरली, इफ इट इज सेड दैट अ बॉडी मूव्स विद यूनिफॉर्म वेलोसिटी, इट मींस इट्स एक्सेलरेशन इज 0, क्योंकि एक्सेलरेशन का डेफिनेशन क्या होता है, रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ वेलोसिटी. अगर वेलोसिटी चेंज ही नहीं होगा तो एक्सेलरेशन कहां से आएगा, 0 होगा. देन यू वुड एनकाउंटर अ टर्म फ्री फॉल. फ्री फॉल का मतलब क्या होता है, लाइक दिस एग्जांपल इज फ्री फॉल, दिस एग्जांपल इज आल्सो कॉल्ड फ्री फॉल. व्हेन ग्रेविटी इज द ओनली फोर्स एक्टिंग ऑन अ बॉडी, देन द बॉडी इज सेड टू बी इन फ्री फॉल, चाहे वो नीचे जा रहा हो चाहे वो ऊपर जा रहा हो. इन ऑर्डर टू सॉल्व न्यूमेरिकल्स, वी विल हैव टू मेक अ साइन कन्वेंशन. सो यू कैन मेक एन एक्सिस लाइक दिस एंड यू कैन डिफाइन कि all the motion happening in this direction would be considered as positive and all the motions happening in this direction would be positive. पीछे जाएगा तो नेगेटिव और नीचे जाएगा तो भी नेगेटिव. So if it is said that the initial velocity of body is 2 meters per second east, तो अपन क्या लेंगे, u को plus 2 meters per second, क्योंकि वो इस तरफ जा रहा है and we have defined it as positive. And if it is said that finally the body moves with 10 meters per second west, तो अब v को क्या लेंगे, minus 10 meters per second. माइनस क्यों, ये वेस्ट की तरफ हमने नेगेटिव डिफाइन किया है इसलिए माइनस लेंगे. दिस इज द साइन कन्वेंशन. वंस यू हैव दीज साइंस, नाउ यू कैन अप्लाई इट इन इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन. सो फॉर एग्जांपल, दिस मोशन टेक्स अ टाइम ऑफ 3 seconds. Then we will say that acceleration is v minus u upon t. v is minus 10 minus u, that is 2 upon t, 3. So this would come out to be minus 4 meters per second square would be the acceleration. One very important point is that all the equations of motion are valid only for uniform acceleration. जब तक acceleration constant है magnitude as well as direction में, only then we can apply this equation of motion. So if it happens that the acceleration changes in between, तब क्या करेंगे, let us say A से B जाते वक्त उसका एक्सेलरेशन a1 है और सडनली वो एक्सेलरेशन बढ़ा के a2 हो जाता है फ्रॉम b to c. सो नाउ वी कैन नॉट डायरेक्टली अप्लाई इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन फॉर दिस एंटायर क्वेश्चन a to c. वी विल हैव टू ब्रेक द प्रॉब्लम इनटू 2 पार्ट्स एंड सॉल्व इट. ये कैसे करते हैं, तो एक एग्जांपल के थ्रू देखते हैं. प्लीज पॉज द वीडियो एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन ऑन योर ओन. I will now begin with my solution. So it is said that a particle starts from rest and accelerates at the rate of 2 meters per second square for 10 seconds. ये accelerate करते करते कहीं आगे पहुंच जाएगा point B पे. Then it is said that it moves with a constant velocity for another 10 seconds. Constant velocity बोले तो अब इस मोशन के लिए, B to C मोशन के लिए एक्सेलरेशन 0 होगा. एंड देन इट इज सेड दैट इट डिसेलरेट्स एट 5 meters per second square. तो A3 होगा minus 5 meters per second square. माइनस क्यों, क्योंकि बोला है डिसेलरेट. अब ब्रेक लग रही है और फाइनली it comes to rest. We are supposed to calculate what is this total displacement A से D. तो अभी तुमको पता है कि यार स्टार्टिंग में एक्सेलरेशन a1 है for the first journey. For the second part of motion, acceleration is 0, and for the third part, acceleration is -3. Now, how to solve this question? A से D तक के लिए अपन डायरेक्टली इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन नहीं लगा सकते, तो क्या करना पड़ेगा? पहले अपन A से B के लिए सॉल्व करेंगे. Over here we can see for this motion S equals ut plus half at square. This comes out to be 100 meters. Similarly, for the motion BC, we can once again apply S equal to ut plus half at square. B तक आते आते इसका इनिशियल वेलोसिटी क्या होगा वो हमें पता नहीं है, तो यहां से हमें कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा. जर्नी ए बी के लिए अपन फिर से देख सकते हैं कि द फाइनल वेलोसिटी, दैट इज द वेलोसिटी एट दिस पॉइंट, वुड बी u प्लस ए टी स्टार्टिंग का इस जर्नी का, दैट इज 0 प्लस 2 इंटू 10, 20 मीटर्स पर सेकेंड है यहाँ पे वेलोसिटी. तो अब सेकेंड पार्ट में क्योंकि एक्सेलरेशन नहीं है, वो कांस्टेंट वेलोसिटी से जाएगा 20 meters per second. And once again we can write equations of motion u, that is 20, यहाँ पे velocity 20 है, into time, this time is given as 15 seconds, plus half into acceleration 0 into t square. This entire thing would be 0, and finally this BC displacement would come out to be 300 meters. Similarly, for the last part of journey, we'll have to once again calculate. तो हमें पता है कि यार यहाँ पे तो वेलोसिटी हमेशा कांस्टेंट थी, 20 meters per second थी, तो C पे आते आते भी वेलोसिटी 20 meters per second ही होगी. Now we can apply v square minus u square equals 2as for this motion CD, and we can say that भाई फाइनल वेलोसिटी 0 है, इस जर्नी की फाइनल वेलोसिटी 0 है एट पॉइंट D, इनिशियल वेलोसिटी 20 है, is equal to 2 into acceleration is given as -5 into the displacement. This gives me the value of displacement as 40 meters. Now the total displacement A से लेके D तक would be the sum of these three individual displacements, 100 plus 300 plus 40, that is 440 meters. तो बेसिकली मॉरल ऑफ द स्टोरी क्या है कि अगर एक्सेलरेशन बीच बीच में चेंज हो रहा है तो हमें हर पार्ट को अलग सॉल्व करना पड़ेगा. नाउ यू विल सी मेनी क्वेश्चंस ऑन योर स्क्रीन. एज सून एज यू सी अ क्वेश्चन, प्लीज पॉज द वीडियो एंड ट्राई टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन ऑन योर ओन. दिस इज द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑन योर स्क्रीन. प्लीज पॉज. आई विल नाउ बिगिन विद माई सोल्यूशन. तो ये बोल रहा है कि एक कार इनिशियली मूव हो रही है 20 की स्पीड से, एंड इट सीज एन एनिमल लाइंग ऑन द फ्लोर. बट तुरंत ही एनिमल देख के इंसान ब्रेक नहीं लगा पाता है ना, थोड़ा पैर ब्रेक टिप पे जाने पे टाइम लगता है, बीच में इंसान पैनिक कर जाता है. सो ओवरऑल द रिएक्शन टाइम टू अप्लाई ब्रेक इज 1 second. So once he sees the animal, for 1 second the car moves from point A to B with this constant velocity of 20 meters per second. After that he applies brake, and B onwards, now the car accelerates, or in fact retards, at the rate of 4 meters per second square. Retardation है इसलिए माइनस साइन लगाया है. We need to calculate the total distance covered by this car before it comes to rest. So from point A to B, since he is moving with a constant velocity, we can apply formula distance is equal to speed into time. 20 meters होगा distance AB. Similarly, for B to C, we can apply v square minus u square equals 2as. Final velocity क्या है? At C, the final velocity is 0 and initial velocity is 20 equals 2 into acceleration minus 4 into displacement. यहां से अगर तुम displacement कैलकुलेट करोगे, it comes out to be 50 meters. This is the next question on your screen now. Please pause the video. I will now begin with my solution. So this is actually a theoretical question, and if you have imagined it, it is excellent. So you would have realized कि यार अगर velocity ईस्ट की तरफ है और अगर एक्सेलरेशन भी ईस्ट की तरफ किया जाए, बोले तो फोर्स एक ईस्ट की तरफ लगाया जाए, तो यू नो दैट दिस स्पीड विल इंक्रीज. वेयरएज अगर वेलोसिटी ईस्ट की तरफ है और एक्सेलरेशन वेस्ट की तरफ किया जाए, बोले तो उल्टी तरफ एक फोर्स लगाया जाए या ब्रेक लगाई जाए, then you will know that the speed decreases. So this is the theoretical point that whenever velocity and acceleration are in opposite direction, then the speed decreases. Once again, this is the next question. Please pause the video. I will now begin with my solution. So two cars are approaching each other and initially they are 140 meters apart. The initial velocity of this car is given as 10 meters per second, whereas the acceleration of this car is given as 2 meters per second square. For this other car, the acceleration is given as 3 meters per second square and the velocity is given as 15 meters per second. ये directions मैंने ऐसे कैसे लिए? So it is said that both are moving towards each other. दोनों की velocity एक दूसरे की तरफ होनी चाहिए. And both of them are speeding up. Since they are speeding up, the direction of this velocity should be same as this acceleration, and the direction of this velocity and this acceleration should be same. Only then both the cars will speed up. Now they are asking, when do these cars collide? तो कार सपोज इस पॉइंट पे कोलाइड करती है और ये फर्स्ट कार टोटल x डिस्टेंस चल जाती है, तो सेकेंड कार कितना डिस्टेंस चलेगी? 140 minus x. Applying the equation of motion for this first car, we can say that s equals ut plus half at square. The distance, the displacement is x, is equal to initial velocity 10t plus half into 2 into t square. ये तो इसकी बात हुई, equation 1. Similarly, for the second car, we can say that the displacement of this car is 140 minus x is equal to ut 15t plus half at square. Adding this equation 1 and 2, we get 140 is equal to 25t plus 5t square by 2. I hope you guys can solve this quadratic on your own. You might have learned it in your school or over here at BT. In case you still don't know how to solve this quadratic, don't worry, you will know it soon, but till here you should have understood. Anyways, I'll directly solve this equation over here and you can check your answers. On further solving this, we get t equal to 4 seconds. Hence option A is the correct answer. This is the next question on your screen now. Please pause the video. I will now begin with my solution. If the velocity of car is increased by 20%, then the distance in which it can be stopped increases by. So let us say originally the velocity of car is u0 and it comes to rest over here after covering some distance d. Using the equations of motion v square minus u square equals 2as, we can write initially 0 square minus u0 square equals 2as or minus u0 square equals 2as. Finally, when the speed of car is increased by 20%, 20% से इंक्रीज करने पे ये जो u0 है, अब ये कितना हो जाएगा? इनिशियल वेलोसिटी 1.2 u0 हो जाएगी. यही मतलब होता है 20% इंक्रीज का. फाइनल वेलोसिटी इज 0 एंड नाउ व्हाट इज दिस डिस्टेंस d2 इज बीइंग आस्क्ड. Once again applying the equations of motion, v square minus u square equals 2a d2. If we calculate from here, we get minus 1.44 u naught square equals 2a d2. ये स्टार्टिंग में हमने डिस्टेंस d लिया था, तो यहां पे d लिख देते हैं. On simply dividing these equations 1 and 2, we get d2 by d is 1.44 और d2 is 1.44d. तो तुम देख सकते हो 44% का इंक्रीज आया है. ऑप्शन ए इज द करेक्ट आंसर. This is the next question on your screen now. Please pause the video. I'll now begin with my solution. So it says that a car accelerates and moves with a constant acceleration a for some time, after which it decelerates at a rate b and it comes to rest. Let us say it starts from this point P and it moves to point Q with an acceleration a. Then from Q to R it moves with an acceleration equals to minus b. Minus b क्यों? क्योंकि रिटार्डेशन है. Over here in this journey QR, the final velocity upon reaching point R would be 0. And over here it says that the car starts from rest. तो इस जर्नी के लिए इनिशियल वेलोसिटी रहेगी 0. टोटल टाइम t सेकेंड्स लगा है. तो लेट अस से ये वाला टाइम यहां पे t1 लगा, तो यहां पे कितना टाइम लगेगा? t minus t1. Now we can write equations of motion v equal to u plus at and calculate the velocity over here. Let us say vq. So for this first journey we can write vq equals u plus at1. And for the second journey again once again writing the equation v equal to u plus at. यहाँ पे फाइनल वेलोसिटी 0 है. फाइनल वेलोसिटी माइनस इनिशियल वेलोसिटी वुड बी vq, है ना. ये जर्नी के लिए q जो है वो इनिशियल पॉइंट है, तो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी vq. v माइनस u इक्वल्स एक्सेलरेशन कितना है? माइनस b इंटू टाइम वुड बी t माइनस t1. On further solving these two equations, what I can do is यहां से vq की वैल्यू पहले इक्वेशन से vq की वैल्यू आई है at1. यहां पे इसको मैं सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देता हूं एंड नाउ आई गेट माइनस at1 इज इक्वल टू माइनस bt प्लस bt1. फ्रॉम हियर आई गेट द वैल्यू ऑफ t1 एज bt अपॉन a प्लस b. अब मैं क्या करूंगा? ये t1 का वैल्यू यहां पे पुट कर दूंगा, तो उससे मेरे को vq मिल जाएगा. vq was a times t1, that is now vq would be a times t1 का वैल्यू उठा के यहाँ पे डाल दो bt upon a plus b. Final answer is abt upon a plus b, which is option A. Coming on to the next question, please pause the video. I will now begin with my solution. So what is happening in the question is that there is a train which starts from rest. The length of the train is given as 150 meters and it is said that ट्रेन से 50 मीटर दूर, बोले तो ट्रेन के फ्रंट एंड से 50 मीटर्स दूर एक इंसान खड़ा है. It is said that when this front end of the train crosses the man, at that instant the velocity of the train is equal to 25 meters per second. And उसके बाद क्या होगा कि ट्रेन थोड़ा और आगे जाएगा और जब ट्रेन का बैक एंड इस इंसान को क्रॉस करता है, यहाँ पे जब बैक एंड इस इंसान को क्रॉस करता है तब ट्रेन का वेलोसिटी कितना है ये पूछा जा रहा है. तो अपन क्या करते हैं? राइटिंग इक्वेशंस ऑफ मोशन फॉर दिस फर्स्ट जर्नी. जब ट्रेन का फ्रंट एंड यहां पे पहुंच गया मैन के सामने, यहां तक ट्रेन कितना डिस्प्लेस हुई, तो ट्रेन के डिस्प्लेसमेंट देखने के लिए कोई भी एक एंड पकड़ लो, फ्रंट एंड को देख लो, फ्रंट एंड कितना डिस्प्लेस हुआ? 50 meters. So we can write equations of motion. V square final velocity is 25. So 25 square minus 0 square initial velocity is 0 equals 2 into acceleration we don't know into displacement 50 meters. इसको equation 1 बना देते हैं. Finally, when the back end of the train crosses the man, तो यार अब बैक एंड यहाँ पे पहुंच गया है, तो स्टार्टिंग से लेके अब तक बैक एंड का डिस्प्लेसमेंट कितना हुआ? 150 मीटर्स तो यहां से यहां तक प्लस 50 मीटर्स यहां से यहां तक, टोटल 200 मीटर्स डिस्प्लेस हुआ है बैक एंड। चाहे कोई भी एंड देख लो, तुम फ्रंट एंड के हिसाब से देखना है तो ऐसे देख लो, इवन द फ्रंट एंड गेट्स डिस्प्लेस्ड बाय 50 मीटर्स, यहां से यहां तक 50 meters plus an additional length of the train which is equal to 150 meters. The total displacement of the front end ले लो या back end ले लो, दोनों का displacement 200 meters रहेगा. So writing equations of motion for the second case, final velocity we don't know, v square minus initial velocity is 0 equals 2 into a into this displacement is now 200 meters. Dividing this equation 1 and 2, acceleration a eliminate हो जाएगा and we will get something like 25 square upon v square equals 50 upon 200. यहां से अपने पास v square की वैल्यू आ जाएगी 2500 and therefore v का वैल्यू आ जाएगा 50 meters per second. Option C is the correct answer. I hope you have understood all these questions. This brings us to the end of this particular lecture. In case you have any doubts, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you very much, students. I'll see you in the next class.